Hey Virgos, welcome and welcome back to the Honey Sea Star Tarot. So this is going to be our weekend read from February 28th all the way to March 2nd. Welcome to March. And before we get started, I just wanted to say thank you guys to each and every one of you for all the ways that you support and lift this channel up. Truly, each one of you makes a difference and I love you back. So let's see what's in store for us this weekend. So as we close out February, the moon is going to be in Pisces. And so this offers us, thank you, a feeling and a sense of compassion and intuition. This is where you're really connected to your journey, to the design, and to the divine of what's meant for you. And this is where really coming into March, closing out February, you are on a journey. You're transitioning away from past sorrows, transforming your cognition, and more importantly, you're moving to calmer waters. This is a place of healing, and it's a place of finding balance in your emotions, in your intelligence, and more importantly, in your tribe, in your support systems, what's around you. And this also holds a lot of solar plexus energy. This is about knowing that you are enough, that you've always been enough, and that you are strong and that you are capable. But also this weekend is all about being seen. Now, during this time as well with the moon in Pisces, you may also feel a creative surge from more imaginative approaches to problem solving. And so if you've been faced with challenges, with the King of Wands, this really allows us to step into that leadership role, to step into that spotlight as an extrovert, inspire others through our creativity, but also look at ways for efficiencies. It's got a lot of Sagittarian energy and also a lot of Scorpionic energy. So it kind of shines that light on what's unknown, utilizes that third eye with your intuition and guiding you, but also look at ways to be more efficient in taking action in how you're developing your plans. Now, during this time as well, the moon is going to be conjunct with Mercury. Both happen to be in Pisces. I know, no pressure. But this is a time as well where you may also experience a need for heightened empathy, for deeper connections, and you feel more open, or at least don't be surprised if you feel more open, and being more receptive towards others, as well as being more open in the ways that you express yourself. Now, as a side tangent, cautionary tale here, this is also a challenging conjunction with being mindful of setting healthy boundaries. This is a time where you're increasingly empathetic. You're utilizing your intuition, and so you're feeling and seeing as if they're one. This is a time where you need to be careful of not taking on too much of others' emotions or others' energies, and really discerning the difference in what's yours and what is coming towards you, what's surrounding you during this time. And trust me, this weekend, we are going to need it because Venus is going retrograde as of March 1st. Venus will be retrograde in Aries from March 1st all the way to April 12th. So it'll be with us for about a month and a half. But when Venus goes retrograde, it's a time where unresolved feelings, unresolved issues, and unresolved relationships, I guess, or, relationships that still have attachments to them tend to resurface and let us really review what's going on. Let us really look at the situations at hand of what they bring to the table and what you bring to the table. So no pressure. I'm just saying, don't be surprised if you have some old flames resurface or rekindle. Now with the King of Swords though, this is where our cautionary tale begins with that root chakra. This is about looking at the situation, looking at our relationships, and seeing them for what they are, realizing our energy versus others, recognizing the respect that comes with setting healthy boundaries and how we honor and how we cherish each other. And it's coming to the table with a very analytical, rational approach. This is also, too, where you're not sacrificing your values. You're standing up in your ethics and your fairness and your justice, but you're claiming your justice by setting those boundaries. Now, with swords, it typically tends to basically identify conflicts of the situation, identify issues that are unresolved, and urges us to take action towards them, to bring peace to them, to let them go, and to more importantly, move them out of a place of stagnancy and get that energy moving once again. Now, as a side tangent, you could be dealing with a Taurus. You could also be dealing with a Gemini during this time. But like I say, it really involves your root chakra. And this is the time to stand solid, to stand firm in your foundations and really look at what makes you feel safe in all parts of your life. And if that resonates, by all means, put a heart in the comments below, because this is the weekend. We are all going to need it. And more importantly, on this channel, we are here for you to help lift you up and help support you during this time and set you up with success. Now, with the Ten of Wands, like I say, this is a time where you may have been feeling some excessive responsibility. You may have been feeling like the load is too heavy, basically, that it's unbalanced in the relationships that you carry. This is also a lot of Sagittarian energy, but more importantly, with the Ten of Wands, it focuses on the transition. It's a pinnacle of success, but it's a beginning to an end, and it's a beginning to a new growth, new mastery, and new accomplishment, And it also holds a lot of sacral energy. This is about standing in your creativity, constantly birthing new energy into your life, but allowing yourself to grieve for things when they end and walk forward light as a feather, with your heart light as a feather, towards your Ten of Pentacles, towards your lasting wealth, towards your prosperity, but towards family that is truly a strong foundation, towards business partners that are truly foundations that bring prosperity, that bring stability, that bring order from the chaos. Now, on the 1st, like I say, not only do we have Venus in retrograde, but the moon is going to be in Aries. So we're going to get a little bit of leg up there too. So with the Aries moon energy, it urges us to be more assertive, to take initiative, and to embrace spontaneity. So it can bring on a struggle with the push and the pull with a Virgo, between balancing a desire for action and with our need to plan and bring organization to the chaos. But for Virgos in particular, it encourages us to step outside of our comfort zone and to take on challenges with more confidence and standing firm in our foundation. With the Seven of Wands, this is about standing your ground against opposition, being brave and letting your bravery lead you against any type of fear that's holding you back. But this is also confirmation from Spirit, assuring you that you are indeed in a favorable position. You've done the work. You've sat with yourself, and you know what you bring to the table. And this is a personal challenge. This is where you've really turned wounds to wisdom, and you've got hidden wisdom. You've got your spirituality, and you've passed the test. When it comes to your work with the Eight of Pentacles, this is where you've taken the time to learn. You've invested your time in diligently working, but you've also looked at that stability, looked at that prosperity, and you're standing in your Virgoan energy for the justice that is truly meant to be yours. And this is truly your harvest. This has a lot of solar plexus energy. And so if you've been struggling with confidence, this is all about standing in that confidence, in that core strength of knowing that you are strong, you are capable, but most importantly, you are enough. You always have been. And trust me, in this time when Venus goes retrograde, this is the time to remember that. And if that resonates, by all means, put a heart in the comments below. And more importantly, share your story in the comments below as well. Know that we here on this channel are here with you and supporting you. We're here for you, supporting you, lifting you up during this time. Because this is a time when Virgo is going to be challenged with boundaries, I guess is how I would best put it. So when Venus goes retrograde, it tends to affect a lot of different aspects, a lot of placements, particularly if you have any placements with Aries, Cancer, Libran, or even Capricorn or Gemini. Also, too, if you have any Saggy or Pisces placements, you may feel this retrograde really quite strongly, I guess is how I'm trying to, or what I'm trying to say. And when it comes to your energy walking into this is where you'll be challenged not only with the idea of value, but your self-worth. And so you have to be very careful during this time of self-deception. basically downplaying your own needs or trying to rationalize toxic behaviors that tear down your values. And so, like I say, a lot of unresolved issues, particularly with fear, a lot of unresolved passions, things that you've put to the wayside because they were too hard, and you've kind of let those go, let those skills go, let those aspirations go. Or your relationships, if there's old flames that resurface, now is the time to really see things as they are. Set those clear boundaries and don't downplay. Stop downplaying your own needs or trying to rationalize toxic behaviors that tear down your values just for the sake of going along with the flow, just for the sake of not having to deal with the fear of walking alone. This is where you're standing, and this will be your challenge, because it really has tested your spiritual hardship. It's put you even in financial difficulties. But what I really get in this is that if you look back, if you go back and entertain things that basically downplay your own needs, this is where cold weather will come. Instead, by standing in your value, by seeing your value, by holding and cherishing that worth in your relationships, that self-worth and that value for others, and letting them being seen. This is your wheel of fortune. This is where your fortune comes to change, because really with this Venus retrograde, it helps us to open our eyes and really review and distinguish what's meant for us, and more importantly, acknowledge and resolve that we're no longer accepting anything but the best for ourselves. Anything but the best. And so if that resonates, like I say, by all means, put a heart in the comments below. We're here with you during this time because, like I say, this Venus retrograde will impact Virgos, and it'll be a doozy. So initially, it will activate our 8th house. And that is our emotional bonds. It's our house of joint resources. And so it encourages us to go back to review our action plans for financial goals, particularly ones that you share with loved ones, with partners, and how people are coming to the table, how we're being seen, how we're lifting each other up. This could be business partners, this could be love partners, this could be siblings, family, tribes, investments, community. But this is really coming to the table as the King of Cups with your rationality, with your emotions in balance, being at the center and centering yourself, but coming to the table as a wise and caring leader, but standing in your maturity. Where these old past flames came, you hadn't, what I'm getting most is that you still had work to do when it came to knowing who you are, standing in your strength, developing your financial goals, really working towards your craft and mastering it. You are no longer the same person that they're coming back to. And this is the time to recognize that, to really see that. And during this time too, for meditation focus, it really is a time to focus on what you feel most comfortable with, what makes you feel most secure within your relationships, and what you value most, what you hold most within your ethics, within your behaviors, within your boundaries even, and how you come to the table for each other. And so as Venus then shifts from our 8th house back over into our 7th house, this is going to directly relate to our partnerships. You'll have the opportunity to review what you bring to the table within your bonds, how you share and how you honor each other's needs. That truly is going to be the key of what brings that feeling of contentment and safety for each other, and to your relationship and your foundation, in your stability and what you build with other people. And this is really about creating an environment, letting people feel safe, letting yourself be vulnerable and feel safe by being seen, by being heard, and by being able to listen as well, to allow others to also be seen and be heard. Now, with the 5, you could have been dealing with a lot of conflict, unresolved feelings, friction, things that for good reason on why you guys separated, right? Or why you felt friction, I guess is maybe how I would better put it. This is the time really of where you're standing up against those disagreements and recognizing and valuing your self-worth, recognizing and valuing others' self-worth, and again, letting people be seen. This is the time during this Venus retrograde where for Virgos, the biggest lesson, the biggest challenge is to be seen and to see others. And this is your justice. This is deserved. This is standing up for nothing but the best, not settling for anything less, not allowing yourself to rationalize toxic behaviors, tear down your values, downplay your own needs, but instead come to the table in your truth and how you're seen and how others are seen, and really honoring each other during this time. Now, like I say, this is going to be a weekend of challenge, especially when it comes to boundaries. You could also be dealing with legal issues, standing against going the social norm, or conformity aspects. This is where holding your resolve in the path that you take, the values that you hold, the ethics that you carry is going to lead to your true desires, your true attunement, but also to your success. You're manifesting during this time. So there may have been things that you put down beforehand that, like I say again, were just too hard. You didn't have the right tools, the right skills. This is the time where you may find very well that you're picking those back up, that you're going towards those triumphs that you had put aside. More importantly, if you had felt stagnated by something that you were holding on to from the past, if others were holding on to you, possibly looking at the fear of abandonment issues, this is where you're moving towards a path of enlightenment. And with Mercury and Pisces also being conjunct with Neptune as we close out this weekend, walk into next week on March 2nd, this is a cause to really focus on your enlightenment, to really focus on what's restrained you in the past, and to no longer allow that to rule your decisions, rule your heart, or rule your energy. And if that resonates, by all means, put a heart in the comments below, like, share, subscribe. Let's lift this message up and help it get to as many Virgo's ears as we need and as we can, because this is going to be a weekend where boundaries are so important. Support systems are so important, because this channel, we here on this channel, see you. Now, like I was saying, Mercury's in Pisces. It's conjunct with Neptune, also in Pisces. Neptune happens to be ruled by Pisces. There's a lot of Pisces, let's just be honest. And that is our opposite sign. So for us, this conjunction could cause an increase in confusion, foggy thinking, misunderstandings. And so, like I say, setting boundaries, clear communication, letting people be seen and heard, as well as feeling, creating that safe environment where we are heard, where we are seen, is really going to be the key. You could feel with this conjunction not only the fogginess, but a difficulty in tongue-tied aspects, difficulty in expressing your thoughts clearly, and also too feel a tendency to be easily swayed by others' emotions. And so if you're empathetic, if you're an empath in general, you could be feeling a sway, basically, or a pull to take on other people's emotions, other people's problems, other people's turmoils, and carry burdens that are not meant to be yours. Instead, walking in grounded, really resonating with your Virgo energy, taking more imaginative approaches towards problem solving, using your deeper connection with the divine to remain steady. This is going to allow you to see through those decoys. This is going to allow you to confront denial, to see scams for what they are, to see opportunities as superficial, and that really, if you thought that they were missed opportunities in the past, know that there is a reason for everything. Social distancing during this time may also play a role as well. You may feel the need to isolate, especially if you are an empath, because there's going to be a lot coming at you from other people, emotionally speaking. This is a time where coming back into that hermit mode may help you, especially with meditation, with grounding, so that you can set those healthy boundaries and look at that self-exploration, that self-worth, what truly you hold as a value that you look for and that you need in your relationships, so that you don't downplay your own needs, but instead raise them up, so that you can see things for as they are and stop trying to rationalize those toxic behaviors that are coming at you, or people that are trying to tear down your values, but instead ground yourself in your reality, through nature. Embrace your intuition and really allow yourself to be open to receive that guidance from spirit, from the divine. And so again, with this situation, it may tempt you or challenge you in ways of unexpected change, feelings that bring on insecurity. And so the way to really recognize if you're trying to take on other people's emotions, or if there's relationships that are not honoring your needs, that are not seeing you and cherishing for you for what you bring to the table, is really looking at how they make you feel insecure. If they bring conflict, if they bring on or really give you this sense of failure, bring on financial debt, that's another way to really recognize it. Pull from you too much, where you spread yourself too thin, cause extra stress that's just really undeniably just illogical or unnecessary. That's how you're going to recognize it, so that you can set yourself apart and, more importantly, embrace the opportunities that do bring positive energies, that bring fertility. And what I'm looking at this, and what I'm seeing most in this, is that really with this Venus retrograde, it gives us an opportunity to really close those doors for anything that you've been holding on to, especially if past flames try to rekindle or resurface. This is the time where Spirit is confirming there's a reason why things didn't work out. Yes, there's an ebb and flow. People can go apart and come back together and flow through that ebb and flow. But this is really important to remember, and by setting those boundaries, to remember how to honor yourself and honor other people, but creating those contentment, safe environments that allow you to really embrace those new opportunities. So to be very frank about it, what I'm seeing is what Spirit is saying as confirmation is, don't look back. There's a reason why things didn't work out, but there's something better. By no longer accepting less than what you deserve, by standing up and accepting only the best for you and for the relationship, for what you're calling in. This allows you to manifest and to call in with the divine your Ace of Cups, your opportunities, your new celebrations, your new fertility, but joy. And this is truly where your cup will flow over. And if that resonates, by all means, check out the Honey Sea Star store. It's a great way to not only support the channel, but if you're feeling like if you've been walking alone, if you're not supported, all the designs on the store are meant to uplift, inspire, and also encourage you, empower you along your day. And so check out the Honey Sea Star store. Take us with you along your day. Now, if you don't see your power word in there, put it in the comments below. Let's design it together. That way we can share it through the Honey Sea Star store with the rest of the Virgos that support and follow this channel, so we can lift as many of us up as we can, support each other as we can. Because like I say, this is the time, this weekend, where being seen, being heard is really what will lead towards success. And if that resonates, like I say, by all means, please like, share, subscribe, put a comment or a heart in the comments below. Share your story, your thoughts on what you're encountering with this Venus retrograde. And more importantly, your thoughts on what you're building, what you're rekindling in skills that you've put down in the past because they were too hard. And instead, now you have that wisdom. Now you have the tools in your tool belt to really lead you to success and to achieve what's meant to be your highest calling. With the Orchid Whale, this is all about adventure. This is about daring to do things differently. Again, taking an imaginative approach to the ways that you're problem solving, to deepen your connections, but also to set those clear and healthy boundaries to really honor and cherish each other's needs and create those environments of contentment, of ease, and of safety that don't tear you down or make you sacrifice just to come to their level, just to attune to them, right? It's not compromise when it's unhealthy or toxic. That's just energy vampires trying to basically ride your coattails. Let's just be honest. But with the Orca Whale, this is about manifesting your dreams, attempting a great journey with confidence, and being loyal, raising people up that truly are meant to be and walk with you as your treasures. Now is the time to be brave. Spirit wants to remind you during this time, especially when things are foggy, especially if there's, what comes to mind is like a lot of gaslighting, basically from old situations, unresolved emotional issues. Spirit wants to remind you that you are more powerful than you know. Your safety is how people see you, how people care, how people lift you up, how people share with you, and vice versa, how you come to the table to create those environments to really cherish and honor people, honor your loved ones and your partnerships. And like I say, it doesn't necessarily have to all be about love. It could be about your relationship with what you're building, your relationship with your aspirations, your relationship with business partners, as well as co-workers, bosses, or even the community that you reside in, the community that you build with. And so, Spirit, give us a few more messages from our ancient ones. What additional guidance do you have for us during this time? Thank you. That one wanted to stick here. Oh, that's beautiful. And at the bottom of the deck, we've got the sea turtle. Okay, I promise I'll stop after this, but that's just amazing. Had to pull it, just saying. But with the elk, Spirit is really reminding us that celebration is meant for you. Now is the time to celebrate your accomplishments with humility and recognize just how far you've come. Where people were able to roll over on you, take advantage of you, take your energy. This is where Spirit is reminding you that with your healthy boundaries, with remaining centered in your grounding, being grounded firm fast with your feet steady in reality and embracing your intuition, you truly are crowned with success. There are powerful forces here that will guide you utilizing your intuition. You have the ability to overcome any challenge because your energy is limitless. That's what energy vampires really truly want from you. And so, like I say, don't be surprised if there are some old flames, old unresolved situations, old issues that kind of resurface during this time. And if you do feel challenged, if you do feel like there's self-deception, kind of coming on with the gaslighting where you're downplaying your own needs or trying to rationalize the red flags, Spirit wants you to know that indeed with the sea turtle, you are protected. You're a master of finding life's flow. Now is the time to be in harmony with the rhythm of your path, the rhythm of the earth, the rhythm of your story, because perseverance is yours and you will succeed with that diligence. You have everything you need, and more importantly, you are protected. Your course, your path is meant for greatness and happiness, and it's met with infinite possibilities. With the unicorn, Spirit wants to remind you that you are the sovereign of the seen and the unseen worlds. The magic of love surrounds you. Beauty transforms you. Now is the time to listen to the spirits of light and abandon the darkness and go beyond the ordinary, go beyond the gaslighting, and become the legendary. And like I say, if that resonates, by all means, share your story in the comments below, because we here on this channel, I literally have goosebumps. I can't talk. I literally have goosebumps right now. But we here on this channel support you in every healthy boundary that you set, in every grounding that you have, that you're building with your reality, and with creating that safe environment that allows you to be set up with success. Now, interestingly enough, we actually don't have any major arcana in this. So I just want to do a little bit of an early thing. I hope I'm not too delayed, or I hope it doesn't take too long where this message and that video comes out between that time. What I'm trying to say isn't too much, but basically for me, I play the viola. I also play the tongue drum. I'm just starting to learn. I also have dabbled with the harp. Music is so healing to me, and it is one of my higher callings. It's something that has always spoken to me ever since I was little. And so anyway, I have been trying to relearn how to, or teach myself how to produce music. And so stay tuned. I am trying to develop some meditational music so that we can use music therapy together, lift each other up together, heal with each other together. So stay tuned. First one's going to be a focus on that root chakra, in really studying our foundation, in really creating that safe and secure environment in all parts of our lives, in knowing and helping and share that we are stable together, we are strong together, and we are unshakable. So I hope that I can get it out soon. Stay tuned, check it out. If this message resonates, by all means, check that one out as well when you're doing your meditation, especially during this Venus retrograde, so that you can remain grounded as you build your emotional bonds, as you look back at what no longer serves you, and more importantly, as you share and you honor and see the relationships and self-worth that you have and that you value, and more importantly, that you bring to this table as your gift to the world. And so I am sending all my love and light to each and every one of you. Take care, and I will see you in the next reading. Love and light.